Good afternoon, everyone. Nice to see everybody again. My name is Angie. I'm the program coordinator for the Business Center at Guelph Wellington. And today we are joined with Olga Georgkosh, who is one of our lovely advisors and our advisor for our summer company program. So I'm going to introduce Olga and then we'll start going into the slides. So Olga, thank you for joining us. Uh, this is a great program, and thank you for coming to talk about it and let us know all about it. So I'll let you say hi, and then I'll throw up the slides for you.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me for our lunch and learn. And I'm really happy that I have the opportunity to share with whoever comes to watch our live stream or watch our, who's linked and follow us on Facebook. I'm happy to share about Summer Company because it is a wonderful program and it's been around for over 20 years and sometimes looks like it's the hidden secret of entrepreneurship. However, here we are to share it with the community at large, mainly students living in Guelph area and Wellington County. And as I said, this is a program funded by the Ontario government, and it's been around for over 20 years. And as you are sharing the slides, which provide more details about the program, I wanna mention that it is the best summer job a student will ever hope to have. Why? Because they are going to be their own boss. And this is where the summer company program provides the assistance, the support, um, and gives them the opportunity to learn more about how the operation of a business, how to run a business, how to network, how to build relationships with customers. So there are a whole set of uh, skills which students get to learn while running their summer business. And this comes also with a lot of assistance from our center and also from the government, primarily with financial assistance. The program provides up to $3,000 as an award to the students to run the summer business. And it starts with, at the beginning, it provides a $50 to students their startup operation. This is an opportunity for the students to purchase the items they need to start the business, such as insurance, pay for some equipment, for supplies, for marketing materials. So everything they need to get them started. And then at the end of the program, once they complete the program, and of course they meet all the program requirements, they will get to receive the second installment of $1,500. So it is a win-win because students learn how to run a business, gain those skills, business skills, and they make money and they also get to have this award from the government.
That's
So
wonderful. Just quickly, and if anybody's watching this, feel free to throw messages in the comment or message us as we go through. I'm gonna put the slideshow on, and we're gonna go over a little bit about how you go about applying, some of the statistics of what you need to do to apply, and then I'll put a bunch of links in the chat. So let me share those slides. So there we go. So Olga, so
all right. So this is something what I already mentioned. It's the best summer job you could have, and the things you will be learning. Our center and several of our, I am the lead advisor for the program, but I make sure that I bring all the talent our business center has, including you, Angie, because you are our social media marketing guru, and I know that you get involved with so many of our webinars. And of course, we will support students and try to engage them on how to make those perspective and how to make sales and how to market their business. We'll talk about financial viability for their business as well, and how we'll connect them with other mentors in the community, business um, members of our community as well. So the eligibility criteria to be accepted into the program is to be a student between ages 15 to 29 and of course to want to run a summer business. But the most important thing is also to go back to school in September. This is one of our mandatory conditions to be part of the program. And I already mentioned that we will get the students who are supported by receiving an award up to $3,000, and they will be receiving consistent hands-on coaching and mentorship of business leaders in the community. What you also show in the previous slide, it is a direct link, and I know, Angie, you are going to post those later on. So as I said, the program will provide students a full experience of running their own business. And over the summer period, the students do have to commit to participate a specific number of hours. So students who are part of the high school cohort, they will have to participate to a minimum of 280 hours. And students who are part of university and college programs, they do have to commit to 420 hours. Um, Students are also allowed to have part-time jobs or to take additional courses during the summer. However, they cannot exceed 12 hours a week. As I mentioned before, a mandatory condition to be part of the program is that they are returning to school once the program ends. However, it's not unusual for many students to continue their business while they are uh, going back to school. Of course, on a part-time basis, more reduced, but it doesn't mean that their business will end with the summer or end with the program. So let's talk a little bit about other business requirements. The business formations which are eligible for the summer company program will be sole proprietorships or corporations, where one the applicant, it is a main shareholder. It's also the business they are proposing to run would be an independent business venture. It is a new business which is not previously registered or was operating on an ongoing basis, and also operates at an arm length from the family business. So this is what I want to add, that we had a number of occasions students whose family was involved in a business, they wanted to add another element to the business. And we have to really monitor if the business will be independent from the family business. It's going to be registered on its own. However, it maybe uses a facility of the business, of the family business. So we had occasions where students who wanted to do baking of cookies or buns or other, baked goods, but they were allowed to use the family business licensed commercial kitchen. So it was a business on its own. Still, it had some sort of independent connection with the family business of that particular student. Another requirement is that the business will operate in Ontario, operates full-time as it is defined in the business plan which the student will develop. And of course, it needs to follow government rules, regulations, which apply to most of the businesses. I also want to indicate that at times in Guelph, we will see students who live or who have a family residents outside of Guelph. However, if they will operate their business in Guelph, they can be considered as part of our cohorts.
If they're outside of Guelph, are they available to do summer company with a different location, a different business center or something of that form?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's not unusual for me or for our center to receive applicants who live outside of our, let's say, geographical catchment area, which is, as I mentioned, Guelph and Waterloo County. And what happens, I will transfer their application to that appropriate center. So when students get to apply, once they identify that they are eligible and they complete their application inquiry, that is the time when they will get to select the most appropriate business center. There is actually a list of business centers outside in addition to our business center. Yes.
Perfect.
All right, so here is something else what students also need to be aware. There are certain businesses which are not eligible for funding or be part of summer company. First of all, partnerships or cooperative. First of all, it's difficult to identify when we provide the award, which partner will get the award. So that's why we limit the participation to sole proprietorships or corporations. Um, Franchises are not accepted or distributorships. Those are businesses which can have a more complex setup and there isn't enough knowledge or time to set up this particular type of business models. Business incorporated, which are not controlled by the person who will be eligible for the summer company. Business ventures who can be subsidiaries of division of an existing business, business ventures that are a continuation of an existing commercial endeavor, commission sales are not accepted, or multi-level marketing ventures. And when students come to the initial meeting, this is the opportunity for me to explain in more details um, the type of eligibility criteria we have around business models and business formation. So type of businesses which are accepted are the online businesses, and definitely we really had to um, enhance our online delivery for the past 2 years. But the online businesses also need to have some form of face-to-face component in order to market or sell their products. And virtual meetings are accepted part of the delivery. Now, app and tech businesses must be market ready and must generate sales by the end of the summer. And also, it's not unusual for us to receive students who want to be part of summer company and apply to the program, and they are still at the development stages of their app. Actually, I just had an applicant recently who was in that particular situation. And unfortunately, the program requires that there are sales by the end of the summer. Now, also, if you plan to run a business that requires a certification, you will need to show proof that that certification exists. And this is where I come on very early because I provide students the lead and the information to get and how to obtain the right certification for the business or they want to run, or how to obtain insurance. Those areas require more time to acquire them. So it's very important that we tackle those issues early on. I think we have some example of type of certifications which students need to be aware, particularly if they are interested in running a business which involves cooking or baking or food producing of some sort. They do have to have food handling certification for businesses that produce that food. Also, if they want to provide swimming lessons, they do have to have the National Life Saving Certification. We had students who wanted to provide fitness programs for, outdoor fitness programs, and they do have to have the Canada Professional Fitness Certification. And every summer we have someone who wants to do photography, and if they want to use drones, they do have to obtain the license for using the drone. Yeah. So this is the big pictures of summer company. And all right, so here we are, just to clarify a little bit more how the process evolves. I will break it down in two parts. So the first part would be between February and May. This is the time when students have the opportunity to submit their application. And I do want to mention that for the summer 2022 summer program, the applications are open until May 31st. So this is something important for students to keep in mind. So once the application is submitted, I reach out to students within 24 hours and I ask them to book a meeting with me. And this is the time when I will assess their business eligibility criteria, and I will give them the initial steps, which should be the development of a business plan, also connecting with insurance agents to obtain quotations. And again, if there is for certain certification, that's the time when I um, involve them and I'll give them the lead how to inquire about certifications. Once this is accomplished and I'm satisfied that all the requirements are in place, we'll go through an official approval of signing an agreement. And of course, students have to sign off the day go back to school, and we will be issuing the first installment of $1,500. Now, another thing what I need to mention is that students who are under 18 will have to have those documents signed by a parent or a guardian. And with that in mind, it's not unusual for me to have the parents attached to the students while we deliver the program. And many parents like to be involved. And I really appreciate it because they provide that unseen support behind the scenes. You know, sometimes they need to drive students to purchase items. Sometimes they have to lend the credit card for students to pay for items. And they are providing a great support for the students in addition to the support I offer. So I recall last summer, I had two students whose parents were very involved. And it was a pleasure to work with both the students and the parents to see that engagement um, and, supporting the students was wonderful to see. Okay, so that's what's happening in the first part of the process. And as May or June comes, this is when we officially launch the program. Now, it's important to know that students do have to spend the $1,500 installment within 30 days, and they have to provide for each spending. And this is an opportunity for students to learn how to keep records, because when you run a business and you don't keep your records, then you are in trouble when you have to file an income tax return, because we are going to provide students their first T4A. And for some younger students, the 15, the 16-year-old who never had to file an income tax return, this will be the first learning experience about involving, income tax and financials and so on. So good learning opportunity. Um, Another time of involvement with our programs will be participation in business training workshops, and we provide students everything from how to keep records, engaging and informing them about the income tax process, social media marketing, network, how to do prospecting and sales. Those are just a few of the business training workshops students will get engaged. Um, as I mentioned at the beginning of our conversation, they get ongoing coaching and support, and that comes that they will uh, through the support I provide by meetings I have with the students, probably twice a month. And it's important kind of to monitor where everyone is within their business, because it's not unusual to have a lot of excitement and have that honeymoon stage at the beginning, and then as things progress and they get a little bit more challenging, students don't know exactly which direction to take, and this is where we come in um, and provide the support needed. And the summer ends at the end of August, and we have an exit interview with students. We look at the learnings which happens over the summer, the takeaways students have, and validating, how they felt that their business idea was validated or not. Um, just to wrap it up, Angela, and I don't know if we have any questions as we speak, but the summer company program provides students the opportunity for growth, provides the opportunity to increase their confidence, learn about thinking and going outside of their comfort zone and explore potentials. They probably never thought about it, didn't think that they have those potentials. And this is what summer camp program offers students. And it's not unusual for me during the exit interview to hear from students that yes, entrepreneurship is going to be part of their career path in the future.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not surprised. I know I get the joy of running a lot of our new business workshops or introductory to business workshops, and we every session we run, I seem to get one person or every other one or two people who had come through summer company 4 years ago or 10 years ago when we had it running, because this business center we've been here for what, 23 years this year. So it's wonderful seeing people who've gone through a summer company program and then 6 years later went back to schooling, came out of it and said, yes, no, I want to keep this entrepreneurship concept going in my life, and then moving on to like a full-time business or creating a larger scale business for themselves at a later date as well. So
yeah. Yeah, and I was really, I don't know, coincidental, but this time around, I had two applicants whose siblings were part of the summer company a couple of years ago. And I still remember the brothers or the sisters. And one of them, who was involved in gardening, it's interesting because right now she purchased a gardening landscaping franchise.
nice.
And she's running her business, and you can see the roots were placed when she was in summer company program. So the type of businesses students start, it's sometimes they have hobbies, sometimes they have particular interests, sometimes they kind of had a casual work involvement. They cut grass or they did some work for uh, um, some people and they want to do, handyman type of work, or they love cooking or baking. And this is where we can come in. I help them shape that business idea to make it viable to be run over the summer. I can give you the example of 2 summers ago when we first started to deliver summer company virtual, because as all our followers know, we have never stopped with any of our programs, providing that, the pandemic, seemed to close so many doors, but we continue to deliver all our program, including summer company program. And one of the students wanted to, she loved baking and she wanted to run a business where she would, you know, sell cookies and provide that kind of um, product. And it was very challenging to obtain insurance for her. She had the certification for food handling. She had access to a commercial kitchen. But the insurance at that time, it was in transition because we didn't know how to handle, that kind of business. So then we started to do some brainstorming and we came up with the idea that she will create baking kits and she will sell those cookies or other dessert kits with everything what was needed. And she will say she was very successful, and I think she's promoted on one of the yearbooks for the summer company program, which I know that you are going to provide a link, and students will have the opportunity to find out what kind of businesses students like to start in summer. Everything for baking and cooking to landscaping or roofing and driveway, repairing and all sorts of businesses. Yeah.
No, that's wonderful. Yeah, so anybody's watching this on Facebook, if you go into the comments, you'll see I have three different links that I provided in there. The first one is a link to our summer company program. So if you go through there, you can see that you can look at what the recommendations are, what the requirements are. Again, at the very bottom of that, you can hit register for the program, and it'll bring you over to the government website to do that initial assessment, so that eligibility survey. If you are looking for more information from the government site, I also have the government site there. You can start from either location. If you start on the government site, it will, once you completed all the requirements for general application, Olga will get notified and you will to set up, and you'll get a message from Olga directly to set up an appointment with her. There's also the link for that yearbook program, so you can go in and see what all the previous summer companies might have done. And if any of those kind of businesses, maybe one of those will give you inspiration and you can start your own business from there if you're not sure, because there's so much that you can do out there. And that's just the wonderful thing with this program, is it's here to support youth to get going. And as somebody who has always been in some form of business, I know when I was in even university, this would have been a great thing if I knew it existed, because I was terrible at the difference of with the internet being so much more prominent in 20 years is just wonderful. So find those links. If you're watching us on YouTube after the fact, I will put those in the comment and the section about the description, so you can find those as well there. If you're not certain if Summer Company is for you and you go to our main page, you will see that there is a link there that you can click on that will bring you to Olga's calendar directly. So you can just go there and book with Olga at any time and have a conversation. We'd prefer you to come in and have a conversation and decide if this is for you, and then feeling like you're wasting your time going through all the application processes. So this is always an option. You can also reach out to us at successequealthbusiness.com and I can connect you as well. So any parting thoughts, Olga, before we say bye to everybody today?
You know, it's always an exciting time of year. I get so excited by the energy we students bring, and I'm always amazed how the courage they have, you know, taking risks. And I also like to observe them at the end of the journey, and how much of the confidence they get, and how much it comes across that, you know, all the learnings which happened over the summer. So it's, as I said before, and when we started this conversation, this would be the best summer job you'll have. You get to be your own boss.
Yes. So if you are interested, connect with us. We look forward to seeing you. Next week, we will have Christy join for our Lunch and Learn with Christelle Maines. And we're going to talk a bit about the entrepreneurial spirit. So please come back. So that's next Wednesday at 12. As always, thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you all again. And thank you, Olga, for coming today.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you.